Hello everyone, welcome to the introduction of our course. Today we're going to be showing you how to build beautiful and professional Shopify stores from absolute scratch. Let's go ahead and run a clip and show you guys how these professional Shopify stores look like. Okay, so now that you've seen how the Shopify stores look like, I'll be leaving a discount code. You can use code FOUNDERS in the description box down below. There will be a link to go purchase the Wolf of Shopify theme, and there will be a discount code to order this Shopify theme at $25 off. So if you want to get this exact Shopify theme that I show in the course, you can get it at $25 off. And once again, remember, not all Shopify themes are created equal. Let's go ahead and talk about what's to be expected in the course. We're going to be doing a lot of different things here, just a few of the things that we're going to mention within the course. We're going to be showing you guys how to add products to your Shopify store, how to install a custom Shopify theme, how to create different variations of products, how to categorize products into various collections, create navigational menus, add a store footer, create a split banner, create a product grid, create a product lookbook, add a breadcrumb banner, add sales-proof motivators, and configure other sales-proof motivators to help boost your sales and increase your conversion rates. We're going to show you how to do product tagging, right? So that when people are on your product page, your shop collection, they can filter through different products. We're also going to be showing you how to set up your blog for Shopify, how to edit your product page layout, and much, much more. There's a whole lot of information in this course. And so why would you even want to watch the course? Well, the reason why you're going to want to watch this course is obviously we're going to provide step-by-step guides. Every single piece of information in this video, in this course, is going to provide you literally the end product of a great looking Shopify store. And remember that consumers buy with their eyes. So you want to make sure that your store is attractive. You know, it's intriguing, it's beautiful, it's professional. And this course is going to help you make sure you get that done. So before we go ahead and continue into the course, what theme will we be using? We'll be using the Wolf of Shopify theme. Now, the Wolf of Shopify theme is the theme that I'm personally using. You don't have to use it, but just be aware that not all Shopify themes are created equal. So some of the features that you're seeing on specific Shopify themes might not apply to the ones that you're seeing in this current course. And lastly, why am I qualified to teach this course or make the course? Well, it's, proof is in the pudding. You create an attractive Shopify store, it attracts people, and people know what attraction looks like. People know what good looks like, what attractive looks like. And the Shopify store you guys saw, everybody can agree that it looks attractive. Not only that, but, in 2018, I started building different businesses. And one of the businesses that I built and that I ended up selling was the start to me building many different passive income businesses. And many of those passive income businesses were Shopify stores. And what I learned is that if a Shopify store is not attractive, if it doesn't intrigue consumers, it's not going to make any money. And so the first place to start with a Shopify store is making sure that that Shopify store is attractive. And that's the whole reason why I'm qualified to make this course is I've created hundreds of different Shopify stores that look attractive and look professional and get the job done. All right. So if you're ready to start, let's go ahead and get started. Okay, let's go ahead and talk about how to install your Shopify theme. So you're going to want to go with a premium or customized Shopify theme for your needs. For me, I'm going to be using the Wolf of Shopify theme, specifically the original Wolf theme. And there are a lot of benefits that help me build a really good high converting Shopify store that are included in this theme. They have a lot of banners and different, call to actions and different cognitive bias features that are really good in terms of converting into the sale. Like they have these sales pop-ups and things like that. And by no means am I promoting them. I'm just showing you that that's the theme that I always use. And so I have my download here. And what I'm going to do is go ahead and double click on my zip file, and I'm going to essentially extract all here on all of my essentially the whole zip file. And if I click on the unzip me folder, here I have the documentation, and then I have this update, and then I have this file. So this file is a zip file, and I'm going to take my file, and I'm just going to go over here and drag this way. And then what I'm going to do is open up the actual Shopify. I'm going to go over here to add theme, and I'm going to hit the upload zip file button. I'm just going to take it and drag it and drop it there. Let's go ahead and click upload file. Okay. And as you could see, the file is currently loading, and let's just wait for it to fully load. And then once it's fully loaded, that's when we know that the theme is fully uploaded. So something that I like to do is I like to rename the theme, and I'll just call it let's say Wolf Store. Let's call it the Wolf Store. Let's hit rename. And once we can hit the customize button, we'll actually be able to view how the store looks. Since it's the first time we're uploading it, it could take a little bit of time. And that's something you want to be aware of when you're uploading a Shopify theme that is a custom-built Shopify theme with a ton of data in it and a ton of different features. And sometimes I like to just reload my page. You could see here it's actually active. And the way I can activate it is I go over here to Actions and I just hit Publish. So this will be the main theme that I have. And I could go over here to hit Customize, and I can see how the theme is configured. Now, keep in mind, this is the first time we're utilizing the theme, so this green bar here could take a little bit longer to load, but you could see it's already loaded. And so this is how the theme looks, and some of my images and products will already be uploaded or ready to go, but that's something we're going to take a look at in just a few minutes here. So let's go ahead and head back and get started with building our store. Okay, let's talk about now how to add products to your Shopify store. So the first thing you want to do is you want to go over here to your products section, select the products button. Notice here how I have a lot of products that are already added, and it's actually really simple. What you're going to do is you're going to click here on your products and hit add product. Now for me, since I have a lot of products already added, I'm just going to click on one of these to show you how it works. When you add a product, you're going to essentially have an empty canvas. You're not going to have any title here. You're not going to have any text. You're not going to have any images, any prices, or anything like that. So let's go ahead and go through each of these manually. So here we have text, which is the title. You want to go ahead and add the title of your product here. So essentially what you want to call it. Then here you have your description. Everything, you kind of want to describe about the product is where it fits here. So for this case, we're selling a sports bra, as you guys can see. And this is the description of the product, right? So it's light, everyday sport, soft, designed and uniquely fit to flatter every size, things like that. Just description of the product. Here's some clearly defined images. As you guys can see here, the images are high quality. And that's what I always recommend, that you use very high quality images when you're selling something on Shopify. Of course, that's the best thing that you should do in order to gain as many sales as possible. We humans are visual creatures, and we like to see things that are very clear and very easy to understand, very easy to see, and things that are attractive. Now, let's go ahead and get into the nitty-gritty. So here we have pricing. Whatever you want the price to be, you can add the price. If you want to have a compared at price, meaning a sale price, you can add that here. Now, this section here that says cost per item is for your own personal accounting. Let's say the item might cost you $20 from your manufacturer. This will show you how much profit there is. So if you want to kind of toggle your price based on this information, that's great to use here. You can also have the option to track your quantity. So you can turn that off or turn that on. And here we have the shipping. If it's a physical product, you want to keep this on. The country of where it's shipping from. And here we have the options. So for options, these are known as variations or variants. And we're going to create some variants now. So we have here size as the category of the variant. And so let's go ahead and add now some sizes. So we have here small, we have medium, and we have large as an example. And let's go ahead and save that. And so you can see here, once I hit the save button, it's saving. And we have lastly our product status, which is the most important part, which we should leave at active. Okay? And active just means that we'll be able to preview how the product looks on our website. Let's go ahead and head back here to all of our products now. Now, as you can see, the products are not in stock. And me personally, I don't want to track my inventory. So I'm going to, instead of editing each and every product, I'm going to go over here to this button and click on this check, and it will automatically check off all of them. And I want to select edit products. And what's going to happen is I'm going to have now a grid. And this grid, I want to add a field, and I want to edit the tracking inventory, okay? Because I don't want to track the inventory. Then what I'm going to do here is I'm going to just highlight all the different cells that I have for all my different products, and then I'm going to click and I'm going to select do not track inventory, and let's hit save. You can see now how it's loaded essentially everything, and now all my products are not tracked. And let's just go ahead and make sure all of our products are active. So let's go back to our product list here. And let's make sure it all is active. So if we go to our online store and just double check on our results, we can go to Actions, Preview, and we could just click any button that takes us to our products and select our actual product. And we could see here that it is available to add to the cart. We can purchase this product and any other product. If we select the catalog here, we can view all these products, and you can see here it's a very, very clean photo. It's not pixelated. It's not, changed in any kind of way, and it looks great. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to our next portion of the course. So the next portion of the course, we're going to be talking about creating variations, categorizing products into various collections. So let's go ahead and take a look at our catalog, and let's see exactly what products exist so we can think of a logical way to categorize our collections. So here we have bras, we have leggings, we have hats, we have another bra, we have jackets, we have long sleeves, we have shorts, another kind of top here, a pullover, a bra, a legging, and another jacket. So basically we have accessories such as a hat, we have tops, we have bottoms, and out of the tops we have jackets, we have shirts, and out of the bottoms we have leggings and shorts. So that's exactly what we're going to do. So let's go ahead and head over to our back end here, and let's select the products button. Now what we're going to do is we're going to select collections. Now, since we've selected collections, we're going to create our collection here, which is going to be our first main collection, which we're going to label it here tops. And we're going to select manual collection type, which basically means that we're going to manually add in the products. Let's go ahead and hit save here. And let's create another collection, and let's call it bottoms. And let's go ahead, click save. And now we're going to add products to both our bottoms and our tops. Let's go ahead and use our bottoms first. So here we go over to the search bar and we just hit browse, and we look for every product that would fit as a bottom. So here we have a legging, here we have a short pair of shorts, here we have another legging, And that's basically it for our bottoms. Okay, so let's hit add. Okay, so now we have 3 products in our bottoms. So let's go back, and now let's go over to our tops, and let's add all of our products that fit in the tops. Here we have a bra, here we have another bra, here we have a jacket, long sleeve, another bra, pullover, and a jacket. And let's go ahead and hit add, and let's make sure that's all saved. So it is saved. So now we can actually view the success of our collections by selecting this view up here. So for the tops, we can click view. Notice how it says tops up here, home, tops. And you can see here that there are different forms of tops. So the jacket, the bra, another bra, another pullover. And notice that these products, there's no extra product that isn't listed here, right? There's no, for example, leggings or shorts. And that's because we categorized our products. Let's create another layer of categorization. There are different kinds of tops. There are jackets, there are bras, there are shirts, right? So let's go ahead and do that. So let's go ahead and head back here, and let's hit create a collection, and let's create a collection of jackets. And jackets, let's go ahead and hit manual here. And let's go ahead and browse. Let's select all the jackets we find. So start from the bottom. Here's this one. Here is this one. And I believe one more. There it is. So 3 jackets. And let's go ahead and create another collection. Let's create a collection for bras. Okay, or a bra. And let's hit save. And what we're doing here is we're manually adding. But if we wanted to, have the computer add it for us, then we could just create certain conditions. And you'll see that in our next example. But here we can search for the word bra. And we have 3 versions of bras, and we can add them. Let's create now finally another collection. And out of our bottoms, we have 2 types of bottom. We have leggings, for example. And instead of us manually typing in leggings, let's go ahead and have an automated, the computer add them for us. And instead of a product tag, let's go for a product title. And it must contain the word legging. And let's go ahead and hit save. And so what the system is going to do here is it's going to look for every product that contains the word legging. And we can see here that there are 2 products containing the word legging, and that's why we have 2 products in this category. Okay. Finally, we have one more category, and it will be called shorts, and it will be manual. Let's go for manual. Let's hit save, and let's add our manual product, and let's look for shorts. And here it is. Okay. Now, after we created all these collections, there's only one more collection left. That will be its own parent collection or its own parent category, which is going to be accessories. And let's just go ahead and make sure we spell everything right. Let's manually add that. And let's look for the hat. Or the cap, rather. And there it is. Okay. So we've added it. Now let's go ahead and take a look at some of our collections. So we have bottoms, tops, jackets, bras, leggings, shorts, accessories. So if we look at our store here, and we look at our catalog, which is our main collection, or all of our products, we can see all of the products. But if we decided to, let's say, be more specific and look for a certain type of product, well, then that will kind of change how we view things, all right? So now you learned how to set up certain categories, and you'll see why this matters a lot more later down the road, okay? So let's go ahead and continue. Now to edit our product collection page, there's one thing we have to do if we want to add filters to our product collection page. So right now we have a list view, and currently we might want to switch it to be able to have filters if we choose to. If you have a lot of products, it's a good idea to have filters, and what you're going to need is a sidebar. So go over here to your collection page, make sure it's on your default collection. Click on collection page and scroll down over here to this section here where you get to choose the selection layout. You have content full width, and we're going to actually switch it to content or collection sidebar. And it's actually going to now show a sidebar, and we can actually choose where the sidebar fits. I always like it to have it on the left side, And now we have a sidebar, we have our breadcrumb, and once we save everything, this is going to go from vertical to a horizontal view with everything on the side here. And something we could also do is, if we don't like the list view, we could always change it back to our grid view, hit save here, and then view it, for example, for our tops, which is a more full category with a lot more products, and so we can select that, and you can see here all these different options. And the way to actually work on the product tagging is to head back here, go to your actual products, and create a tag for it. So for example, I can set this product color to blue, and all I have to do is add the blue tag here. And even though it's not blue, what will happen is when I click on the actual blue icon on the filter, it will show that specific product. So if we go over here to tops, for example, and we select blue, it's going to show that color. It's going to show that product, because I added the tag blue. And that's exactly how to set up your product tags for literally every product. For pricing, you just literally add whatever it says here or whatever you want to add. For size, same thing. And that's kind of basically. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to be editing our product page. This is one of the last aspects to be editing on our Shopify store. And by default here, we have a few settings that are already enabled for us, okay? So if we go over here to product detail page, you could see here the image of the product page. We have an image here, we have image here, almost like this stackable feature here, where the images are stacked and they're smaller. And if I want to go ahead and click on the image, I can go ahead and click on it, and it's very, very clear, very easy to view. But I can actually change how this whole setup is kind of taken care of. So we have actually a whole bunch of different settings. And the first setting here is our layout. When we select the product detail page, we have our layout. The first layout, let's go ahead and select, is product extended. And you can see here how it looks. There's an image, and if I scroll down, the images are essentially extended all the way down. And I can select these thumbnails to kind of see, or I can kind of take a look at the thumbnails to see what images there actually are. The next thing is product extended background. Now, product extended background, by the way, to essentially see these changes, you have to hit save every single time. And basically, what it's going to do is it's going to be very, very similar to the first one. The only difference is you can upload a background image to whatever's going on here in the white space. So I can select the background and I can actually add a background image, as you guys can see. Now, I personally am not a big fan of it. Some people are. So I like to have a white background at all times, so I won't really be adding this feature. Here is our product sidebar. Let's go ahead and save. So basically what this sidebar is you can add content here on the side, and you can have images in the middle. And the way it looks is we have the thumbnails here that we can switch through, as you could see, and then we'll have a sidebar here, and obviously the sidebar is empty. I'm personally, once again, a fan of it, but not for this specific store. Here we have product sticky, so let's go ahead and save what product sticky is. And basically, to my knowledge of what product sticky really is when you have your product page, you can scroll, and the images will scroll, but this part will stay stagnant. It will stay still. And I actually do really like that feature. I think it's pretty interesting and it looks really nice. And the fact that this theme offers so many of these features is definitely a benefit. That's why I tell people, try to go with a theme that you're actually going to enjoy. This segment here, this layout is very similar. Product Sticky Center is the images will be in the center and you can scroll up and down. And this on the left and on the right will be stuck where it is. Next thing is we have Product Gallery Basic, which I'll just go ahead and save it so it can reconfigure itself and let it do its thing for just a minute. But basically what this is you're going to be expecting a gallery of how your products look. And it will be relatively basic. We have one main large image here. We have smaller images, and that's kind of how it's set up. Here we have Product Gallery Modern, which is a little bit different. Let's go ahead and save that and kind of show you how this looks. So this was, from what I can recall, the original way that it actually looked, where we have smaller images kind of stacked on top of each other. Then we have here our product large image, which is basically going to show the image in a large fashion, without kind of anything sticky or sticking like the text here. And you could see how that looks. And there's actually a slider to it, right? And which is, pretty interesting. It looks very, very decent, especially when your product images look as clear as they do. Here we have our product slide center, which basically the products are going to be right in the middle, but they're going to have a slider, okay? So you're going to be able to slide left and right, and you'll see that in just about a second here. And so, once again, the product has a slider here in the middle. And then finally, we have our last one, product slide gallery. Let's go ahead and save that, which is similar to the other one where there is a slider. However, this one is going to prioritize the images at the top here. They're going to be sliding. You could see here how there is a slider. There's an arrow key that you can click on that will show everything, but all the text of the products will be here. So it's a little bit different of a setup. I'm going to go ahead and go with product gallery basic. I actually like that setup, how it's one large image, then it's two smaller ones, and that's kind of the setup that I personally enjoy. Now, there are different things that you can set up here. For example, if we just go to product extended here, we can have these three boxes that show up where, we can edit the why choose us, the returns, the shipping, etc. I'm just going to once again stick with product gallery basic. That's kind of my favorite here. All right. The next thing we could do is we can edit the sidebar if you happen to choose the one with the sidebar. Okay. It's up to you. You can edit the sidebar, left sidebar, right sidebar. We can show the rating of our product page. We can show summary description of the actual product. You can see here. We can show the quantity. We could show the quantity box, which in this case is X amount sold, or X amount left in stock. We have different categories that we could show. We can enable sticky add to cart, which I like to have this feature available and on, because basically what it is when I scroll down, I get this little bar here on the bottom that shows add to cart. And this is a great feature to have, because if the consumer is scrolling down and is not seeing the add to cart button anymore, what happens is they get to see this bar where they can add the product to the cart. It's just a great feature to have overall. And then finally, we have the zoom image feature. Now, the zoom image feature is not the clickable feature. It's basically when you take your mouse and you hover over and it will zoom for you. I personally keep that off. Now, here are some other settings where you can edit things like the tabs here, like the additional information. That information is right here. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of things that you can kind of edit. You can edit the text, where instead of it saying, hurry, only X amount left in stock, things like that. I actually typically just leave this the way it is. I don't really mess too much with it. Yeah, it's a very way to edit kind of everything. And that's the product page for you. And that's the product layout. So if you have any questions on how to set this up or how, to do that, please go ahead and message me. Okay, and I'll make sure to answer all your questions. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to the next lesson. Let's go ahead and talk about how to add a sales-proof motivator. Now, if you've been looking at the work that we've been doing here, you've probably seen our sales pop-up proof motivator here happen. You can see here there's this pop-up here on the corner of the screen that keeps popping up that says, so-and-so purchased this product. Well, we can actually change that and change how it's viewed because we have that feature built into our theme right away. So the first thing we need to go do is hit this theme settings button. And then we need to look over here to our pop-up theme. Click on pop-up theme. This is where we get to change all the different pop-ups of our specific theme. And we want to go ahead and scroll down to this thing that says pop-up random product. This is the different feature where we can choose, essentially, what's exactly happening to this pop-up. Notice here we have name of the purchaser, which we can change the names here. We have the addresses that we can change. We also have here the section or the area where we want it to pop up. We can choose left or right. So this is kind of where we could change it. Now, let's say we want to feature different products. Well, we can go over here to change change collection, and we can pick what collection we want. Let's say we want to choose our tops as the collection that we want to pop up. Well, then it will select a random product within all the tops. So all these different tops will randomly be selected as a product that pops up. So you can see here, the movement bra was selected, right, which is this one, and then maybe next one it will be a different product. Maybe it might be this jacket or a pair of leggings or a bra or something like that. And we'll see that happen right here, right now. You can see here the jacket popped up. Now, ideally, if it's a women's clothing brand, you want to change all the names to women, right? That's just common sense. And you can change here the different locations and things like that. So it's very, very easy to set up. Now, in general, something that I would just recommend is, keep this feature on. It's a good feature to have, and this feature is, like I said, a sales-proof motivator. And a lot of the times, consumers, we think in herds and as a sheep mentality. And that's not an insult, but that's essentially how humans think. That's why we have something called the cognitive biases. Humans are biased in the way that they think. They think things because they just have certain inherent beliefs. And the thing is with these inherent beliefs, guys, is that you can't unwire this in a human's brain. You can't change this in a human's brain. When a human tends to think a specific way, that idea does not change. And us as humans, we have something called a social cognitive bias of social proof. Social proof is one of the things that motivate us to do certain behaviors, especially if we are already interested in that behavior previously. So for example, if I'm a consumer, if I'm coming to this website and I see something that I'm already interested in, and I see other people are buying the exact same thing through what we call a social sales proof pop-up or a social proof pop-up, well, that's going to give me more motivation from a sales standpoint to purchase the product. And that's, like I said, humans have evolved this way of thinking due to survival. We humans have moved in herds of people before. Long before, the era that we live in now where everybody just stays home, the hunter-gatherer era, the Ice Age, when humans survived and survived through very tumultuous times, people moved in groups, in herds, and a lot of the time there was a lot of social proof that would affect the human brain. If one person, for example, attacked the woolly mammoth and had the confidence to do it, you could see a herd of people running behind him going to attack that same woolly mammoth. Why? It's social proof. Things become easier when you see other people doing them, and this is one of those features that helps motivate people to do that. Okay? Now, speaking of other sales proof or other sales motivators, let's go ahead and take a look at the actual product page. So let's go ahead and select this product here, and let's be taken to the actual product page. If you notice here, we actually have 3 different examples of social cognitive biases that are sales motivators. And maybe you guys can point them out, but I'll go ahead and point them out for you. We have the first one here, the second one here, and the third one here. And these different social cognitive biases are different features that are what we call, once again, motivators. So let's go ahead and play logically through this scenario. The consumer is on the homepage. They see a product of interest. They click on it. They see these pop-ups that are arising. So-and-so purchased the product 15 minutes ago, 20 minutes ago, 15 minutes ago. Well, what happens is once they had maybe some sort of interest in the product, now their interest is being backed up with social proof that other people are also buying this product. Then what happens is they start seeing now what we call motivators through scarcity and incentivization. What is that? Well, scarcity means there's a lack of something, right? There's not enough of something. And incentivization is essentially motivation, okay? So when we see here that X amount have sold in the last amount of hours, well, then that's for us is more social proof, but more specifically, it is incentivization, because the human brain is going to start thinking, okay, I want to buy this product, and many have sold before. And this idea that a certain amount of product have been sold in the last amount of hours correlates with this idea, where a product sold in the last 20 minutes, 5 minutes, 30 minutes. The brain starts forming correlation bias. Correlation bias just means things kind of tend to prove each other true. or agree with each other. Now we see the stock countdown timer going here, and you can edit this number here, but the stock countdown timer, the more it goes down, the more I tend to be motivated. Why? Because I'm starting to understand scarcity now. There is a limited amount of product in the ecosystem, in the ether here. And when there is less of something, I want it more. That's just how human beings think. And now finally, to top it all off from a social cognitive bias standpoint, we have a real-time visitor count here right next to our Buy It Now button, which is interesting. Okay? This real-time visitor count will show how many visitors are on the page, right? And so what this does is this sets off the desire like a rapid fire, almost like a match. And it lights it up. And the reason why is because at this point, the consumer is interested in the product. The consumer has a genuine desire for the product. They're motivated from a social standpoint, but also motivated from a scarcity standpoint because they believe there's not enough. And this will top it off because it will show a certain amount of people already on the website. And what happens? Somebody clicks the Buy It Now, and they buy the product right away. They're taken straight to the checkout without any kind of question. And that's essentially the benefits of using themes like this to essentially understand sales motivation. Okay, let's move ahead and go to our next lesson. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about our breadcrumb banners. So when I click on a category, okay, like these tops here, there's this white space here, okay, where it says tops, home, tops. This is actually what's referred to as a breadcrumb. Well, I can add a banner behind it. The way I can do this is select on my collection page, and I go over here to background image breadcrumb. And I can select whatever background image I want. I could select this one, for example, hit select and hit save. Okay, and literally just save it, wait for it, and it will show us what kind of breadcrumb pops out. Okay, so let's give that a second. And let's just go ahead and enable it. And you can see here now the image is here. Now, me personally, you can't really see too much from this specific image. So you want to test what different images you're using. You could test this one. You could test this one. You could test this. I'm specifically going to keep that off for now. So I'm just going to disable it. There's different styles of breadcrumbs. We can go with style number 2, okay, which is a little bit thicker. And then, of course, it will show larger image, so this is kind of a better setup. If I was to go with style number 1, I'd personally just keep this off, but if I was going to go with style number 2, which shows more, I'd keep that on. Here we have style number 3, and style number 3 will have all these links. Now these links show kind of edit images that haven't been added, but you can save your progress and it will be sideways. So right now it is vertical, up and down, but you can see here it's sideways. And what you need to do is you actually need to edit the images. So you'll see here, if we go over to theme settings, I can actually edit all this. So I can remove, for example, the section that says accessories, or all these kind of things, and I can add a specific image. So if I want to add this image, let's say, and I want to add, let's say, an image here, right? And I want to, instead of home, let's go ahead and title it. You can see here now the images have clearly changed. So I can do that, and that's available to me. But it's an idea. If this is kind of how you want to set it up, you could just once again select the images and kind of set it up that way. And you're seeing here I'm doing this with every image, and I will complete it just so you guys can see how it looks. Okay, and just save my progress, and you'll see here kind of what it does when it switches everything. So let's go ahead and save the changes. It's going to load right now, and give it a second, and it will update. You can see here now the images are updated. Ideally, you would want to have all these images relatively the same, edit the text, and edit the links. Okay, and that's essentially what the breadcrumb does. For me, I'm going to stick with something very, very simple, and I'm going to stick with style 2, but for the sake of it, let's go ahead and show style 4, which again, once you save it, it will go into horizontal mode and not vertical. And for this, this is just going to show the different categories of products. So we have the different categories here, and this will be vertical, kind of like this. And that's essentially how to set it up. And once again, if you want to change this instead of, for women's or for men's, you could just change the simple link. Okay? So, for example, instead of all products here, or let's leave all products, instead of clothing, let's type in tops. And instead of for men, let's type in bottoms. Okay? And instead of for women, we could type in bras. And instead of actually, we'll leave accessories kind of the way it is. Now let's start adding the collections. So for accessories, let's select the accessories collection. For bras, let's go ahead and select the bras collection. For bottoms, let's go ahead and select the bottoms collection. And for tops, let's go ahead and select the tops collection. So let's go over here to collections and select tops and save that. And what it will do is it will actually update, and it will show the different kind of categories that are available now. So here we have the different categories. Maybe let's see what we have to add here or remove. Okay, so once again, we have all products, tops, bottoms, bras, accessories. And you can see here, if I select, for example, bottoms, what's going to happen is it's going to take us to bottoms, show the bottoms, and it will highlight the bottoms one. And I actually think I like this one a little bit better, so I'm going to stick to that. So this is how to edit your collection breadcrumb banner. Of course, you can, change kind of the selection here. Something that I will say is to edit this collection page, you have what's called a product grid view, or you can use a list view. So the list view is actually really beneficial if you have a limited amount of products, and it will look like this, okay? Now, if you happen to have, your product descriptions for every product and things like that, this will be really, really beneficial because you have a limited amount of products in your store, and it will showcase each product a little bit better. So if we just go ahead and save, what it will be is more attention per product when you have it in a list view setup. You could see here how it is in the list view, and all I have to do is add the descriptions to every product. And of course, you guys can visit this website as well to see kind of how to set that up and how it will look. Okay, so that's how to set up your collection page with your collection breadcrumb. Okay. Let's go ahead now and talk about how we're going to create a navigational menu for our web visitors to kind of go through and look through. Well, there's multiple components to this part of creating a navigational menu. First thing we want to do is let's look at how our store looks. So if you notice, if we're on a product page, for example, let's go ahead and select this product. Okay, if we're on a product page, notice how we have a menu here. It says home, catalog, and contact. And notice very specifically how the menu is configured with this theme, where we have a menu, we have our buttons here, we have even an area to add a logo, okay? But notice if we go to our home page, if we click on the home button, that menu disappears. And instead we have a logo area here. We have a button that says menu here, and if we click on that menu, we'll open up a new menu. So the first thing we need to do is we need to add a logo, obviously. Then after we add the logo, we have to figure out where we're going to configure what kind of style header we want, and then we're going to add our actual links. In our case, we're going to do it the opposite way. We're going to first organize our actual menu. So the way to do this is you click on this online store button and then hit the navigation button, and you'll be able to navigate and create an actual menu. In our case, we can see here we have this menu called main menu. Now, as a tip, you never, ever, ever want to change the title of the main menu. Always leave it main menu. Okay? Now let's go ahead and add components to the main menu. In this case, the best things to add are the collections we already have. So instead of searching for a specific name, we can look for the specific link. So we can click on the link, collections, and let's go ahead and add every single one of these manually. So we just added accessories. Let's go ahead and add another one. Collections, we added bottoms for the women. Let's go ahead and add another women's collection here. Let's go for tops, right? Which would be just the logical approach, since those are the two main categories. And let me just move them here up. And I could just take it by dragging and dropping. And when I move them, what I'm basically doing is I'm telling Shopify that I want these links to be at the top, okay, in that specific order. Let's look for a few more collections. Here we have bras. Let's go ahead and add bras. We have another collection here, and we have jackets. We have another collection, which we have is leggings. Let's go ahead and add leggings. We have another one, which we have called shorts. So let's go ahead and add shorts. Let's find it here. So we added shorts, leggings, jackets, bra, accessories. Let's see if there's another one and see if I'm missing anything. We have tops. We already added shorts, leggings, jackets, bras, bottoms, accessories. So we added all that. So everything's all good there. Let's go ahead and hit save menu. And now what we're going to do is we're going to actually categorize this, because if we click on the website right now, just refresh how it looks, we're not actually going to want this setup. So let's just go ahead and once again refresh. Sometimes it won't pick it up right away. Let's go ahead and view the website from our end here. Take a look. So we're going to have to actually view this in an incognito tab. So let's copy our domain name, which is ALO Remix. Let's go ahead and cut that and head over to our here. And then let's take a look at the actual, what our password is. So let me just type in password and just bear with me, everybody, so you could see this. Online store preferences. And sometimes you guys might have to do this as well to actually see your updated changes. So let's copy and paste our password. And let's go over here and paste our password and see how our new links look like. Let's get rid of this. Let's take a look at our links. And there it is. So these are our new links. This is how it looks. Now we want to organize this a little bit better. So let's head back to our navigation. Let's select the main menu. Let's go ahead and organize. So we have our tops and our bottoms. These are going to be our main two categories. Well, where does our shorts fit? Is it a top or a bottom? Well, it's a bottom. So let me go ahead and drag it in the shorts. Now notice here, I didn't drag the name shorts all the way to the left side. No, I dragged it to the right of bottoms on the bottom because I want it to be a drop down. So almost like as a folder. So once you select the bottoms, you can see now the different options of bottoms. Well, what's another of option that we have? We have leggings. So let's go ahead and drag leggings there. So we have leggings and shorts. Those are two different versions of bottoms. Well, we have another category, or main category is tops. So we have bras, that can be a top, right? And we have here jackets. Now notice the jackets and the bra didn't go as a drop down here, and that's why we didn't drag it over to the right. But let's go ahead and drag it over to the right, and there you go. And same thing for jackets. There it is. We have jackets and bras. Now we have finally a third parent category, which is referred to as accessories. And I'm just going to drag that here on the top where we have bottoms, tops, and accessories. And I want to drag the accessories on the bottom here, tops on the top, and then bottoms. Okay, so we have tops, bottoms, accessories. Then we have catalog, and then we have contact. And for my case, I don't want to call it catalog, but I want to call it all products. So I'm going to go ahead and change that. All products. Let's go ahead and save. And then here, instead of contact, I want it to be called contact us. Now we actually have to go here and create a contact us page. And so we'll go over here to online store. We'll go to pages, and let's go ahead and create a page. So we have a contact page here, and let's just select now the theme template. So the theme template we want is a contact us page. Let's hit save. And if we go back to our navigation, that let's just make sure that the link is actually there. And there it is. It's contact. It's there. So everything is now created. Let's go ahead and customize our website and make sure that everything appears as it's supposed to. So notice here how we have tops. We have, let's go back here, customize. We have tops, bottoms, accessories, all products, and contact us. And if I click on this little menu, it will show me now what kind of bottoms do I have. And it will show me here what kind of tops I have. Now, something that I'm going to do and that I notice that sticks out is that all products is in capitals. So I'm going to go back to navigation, and I'm going to just quickly change that. So instead of here, all products, let's go back and switch. Let's hit save or apply. And there it is. Okay. And we'll do the same thing here for contact us and save and apply. And there we go. So everything is set up the way we want. And if we hit customize once again, we'll be able to see the newest version of our store. And this will fix itself once we reset the cache. But everything is all set up now. And so you can see here on the top, the second menu is created. Now let's go ahead and continue and talk about how we can actually set up the header selection. Okay, welcome to the second part of editing our navigational menu. And now we're going to actually be focusing more on the actual structure. So we created all the links that we wanted to create. Now let's go ahead and create the actual structure or work on the structure of the design. So for our theme specifically, let's go over here to theme settings. We have a few options of different headers, okay? Now, in our case, we have a theme that works a certain way. You have to kind of do this with your theme, and all themes are a little bit different, but you want to look for the main header settings. This is the place where you're going to be able to add logos and things like that. So here we click on this little header button, and the first thing we get to see here is the logo image. Now this logo is for our header homepage. Notice what the homepage is the page that you're staring at right here, right now. So I actually have a logo already created. Let's go ahead and select the logo, and I have it created. So there it is. And now let's go ahead and scroll down a little bit, and we have here our header for other pages. So that means essentially any page other than the home page. So what I want to do is I want to save my progress here for the home page. Let's go ahead and save that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually add the logo for all the other pages. So I can do that by also selecting the same logo. Let's go ahead and save that as well. So now what happens is if I go to any other page, I should have the logo on both pages, right? So, or any other page. So if I select this little link here, it should take me to, there it is. My logo is right there, and everything is flawless. Now, if you notice something, I'm going to go ahead and switch over here to mobile. I can't see my logo, right? And I'm actually going to show you guys how to fix this. This is not actually a problem, but this is how our theme is actually set up. Here we have to go to theme settings, and we actually have to create the logo for mobile. So the really cool thing about this theme is that it's smart, and it knows that not all logos fit for desktop versus mobile. And that's why we can go over here to theme settings and select header mobile. And if you notice, there's an option here where we can actually upload our logo for mobile. And let's go ahead and select it and select the exact same logo. And now we're going to have our logos for the home page of the desktop, for the other pages of the desktop, and for even our mobile version. So if I click here, save, let's go ahead and save our progress. And I go over here to mobile. As it's loading, you can see now the logo exists. Okay, so that's essentially how to set that up. Now that the logo is taken care of, let's take care of the actual header design. So we're not on the home page right now, we're on a product page, and that's considered all other pages. And so if we go over here, we can edit the header style. So we have header style 1, we have header style 2, which is what you're seeing here, which is not something I recommend since we have a lot of links and the logo is covering over some of the buttons. Here we have header version 3, header version 4 is an option, and header version 5, and header version 6. I personally like header version 1 for this style, okay? So I'm not going to be changing that. And then here for our home page, if I click on our logo here to take me back to the home page, we have all bunch of different headers, and I actually like header version 1 once again for our home page. So I'm going to go ahead and select that as well. So I like header version 1 for both the home page and the other pages. So now that that's kind of set up, we have our, our links, we have our drop down. Notice if I take my mouse and I hover over tops, it shows the different top options. If I hover over bottoms, it shows the different bottom options. Perfectly designed. The logo, the icons. If I click on an actual page, it will take me to that specific page and everything is showing beautifully. This is the start to creating a professionally designed store. Let's go ahead and move on to the next lesson. Okay, now let's talk about how to create a hero banner if you happen to choose to use one. Now, once again, the reason why I chose not to use one for the top of this website is simply because we're using a split banner, okay? But in our case, if we really want to use a hero banner, we actually tend to have one right here. And we actually have a lot of these different options. They can be referred to as banners, they can be referred to as slideshows, but regardless, we go over here to add section. We can take a look at the different banners. Now, there are different styles, so you want to take a look at all the different styles that exist for you. And you could also take a look at the different slideshows and things like that. And you could see here, slideshows versions 1 through 4. We have banners 1 through 6, or 1 through 5 rather. So there's a lot of different sections here. In my case, I already have one, and this is slideshow version 4. Go ahead and select that and add one slide. You can add as many slides as you want to the slideshow. In my case, I don't want it to slide, so I only want one image. And I can go over here to this actual slideshow, go over here to the image, and select image on desktop, and then select the actual image, okay? And then it will essentially create the image for me. So you can see here it's already selected. I can select it and hit save. And so now I actually have a hero banner. And ideally, most of the time, hero banners aren't in the middle of your website, but they're usually a little bit higher up. So if I just take this and I drag it over here, I can do that. Now, if you notice, with my header, I can actually enable a transparent header. And you can see here, instead of having like a white thick header, I can literally click this button and it will make my header transparent on to my banner. Now, obviously, I would have to fix my logo and make it transparent, but you're getting kind of the concept of how it works. If I click here and save, now the header is on the actual banner, which I'm thinking actually it looks pretty good, so I'll leave it the way it works, the way it is. So that's kind of how to set it up. The next portion of the course, we're going to be going over how to create a split banner, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to go over here to add section, and we're going to be creating a split banner. Now, to do that, what a split banner is are two large images, right, that separate the different categories or different sections of your business. Now, split banners are very important because essentially when you drive traffic to your website, you want the traffic to figure out where can they fit. So for us, we're going to be going into banner version 1. Banner version 1 right here is where we can find the split banners. And you can see here how these boxes are outlined. That kind of shows us what a split banner looks like. And here we have banner version 1. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to drag it over to the top, okay? And basically, I always like to have my split banner under my main banner, or I like to have it on top of my product grid. So it's kind of just how you want to set it up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the gallery and I'm going to just drag it to the bottom here, all the way to the bottom, and I'm just going to scroll up to where my split banner lies. So now that we have our split banner, banner version 1, let's go ahead and add content to it. Well, if we want to figure out how we're going to categorize our business and our brand, we have here two main categories of products. We have our tops and we have our bottoms, right? These are the two main categories. And so that's how we're going to go ahead and devise the plan here for our business. So when we select this banner version 1, on the right here we have an image to select. We have setting for banner 1, then here we have setting for banner 2. These are where the images are going to lie. So banner number 1, I have these two photos here. I have my tops, right? This is a picture of a jacket. So this is a perfect example for an area that we can call tops. Then we have the second one, we can call it bottoms. And what we're going to do here is going to drag the second image there by selecting bottoms here. So we have our tops, we have our bottoms. And what we're going to do is we're going to edit the actual text now. So instead of it saying new collections or new collection here in this smaller headline text, we're going to edit it for it to say shop now, okay? And then we're going to, or shop hour rather, hour. And then here for new collection, we're going to have bottoms. okay? And we could be a little bit more specific. We could type in women's bottoms, right? And then for the shop now, we'll just leave it to say shop now. And for number 2, we're going to have the same setup for the sub heading. Instead of new collection, it should say shop hour. And notice how we're doing it all in upper cases, just like how the original banner is created. And here we're going to type in women's bottoms. Okay, and you can see here now how it's kind of set up. And I can always make some small edits to the system where I want, for example, a black button versus a white button, and so on. So I could go over here and select a black button color, and so that they're both the same. Right, so we have shop, women's bottoms, or women's tops rather. That should actually change. And this one says women's bottoms. So this is exactly how to create a split banner. Now, we want to make sure that these split banners essentially reach the right category. So if we go over here, if somebody clicks on this button, it should take them to the women's tops. So let's go ahead and go over here to the banner number 1 and edit the URL. And let's just delete the current URL. Let's go to collections and let's look for our tops here. And same thing for the bottom one here. Let's look for our URL, delete it, and add our bottoms. And that should be it. Now if we want to actually see the results of this, what we're going to do is test it. So we just saved our progress, and if we click on this button, right, in our preview format, so let's go ahead and preview this. We can click on, for example, shop, and here it is. It takes us to our tops. If we go back and select our bottoms, guess where it takes us? To our bottoms. And so that's how to create a split banner for your store. So the next portion of the course, we're going to be talking about creating variations, or categorizing products into various collections. So let's go ahead and take a look at our catalog, and let's see exactly what products exist so we can think of a logical way to categorize our collections. So here we have bras, we have leggings, we have hats, we have another bra, we have jackets, we have long sleeves, we have shorts, another kind of top here, a pullover, a bra, a legging, and another jacket. So basically we have accessories such as a hat, we have tops, we have bottoms, and out of the tops we have jackets, we have shirts, and out of the bottoms we have leggings and shorts. So that's exactly what we're going to do. So let's go ahead and head over to our back end here, and let's select the products button. Now what we're going to do is we're going to select collections. Now, since we've selected collections, we're going to create our collection here, which is going to be our first main collection, which we're going to label it here tops. And we're going to select manual collection type, which basically means that we're going to manually add in the products. Let's go ahead and hit save here. And let's create another collection, and let's call it bottoms. And let's go ahead, click save. And now we're going to add products to both our bottoms and our tops. Let's go ahead and use our bottoms first. So here we go over to the search bar and we just hit browse, and we look for every product that would fit as a bottom. So here we have a legging, here we have a pair of shorts, here we have another legging, and that's basically it for our bottoms. Okay, so let's hit add. Okay, so now we have 3 products in our bottoms. So let's go back, and now let's go over to our tops, and let's add all of our products that fit in the tops. Here we have a bra, here we have another bra, here we have a jacket, long sleeve, another bra, pullover, and a jacket. And let's go ahead and hit add, and let's make sure that's all saved. So it is saved. So now we can actually view the success of our collections by selecting this view up here. So for the tops, we can click view. Notice how it says tops up here, home, tops. And you can see here that there are different forms of tops. So the jacket, the bra, another bra, another pullover. And notice that these products, there's no extra product that isn't listed here, right? There's no, for example, leggings or shorts, and that's because we categorized our products. Let's create another layer of categorization. There are different kinds of tops. There are jackets, there are bras, there are shirts, right? So let's go ahead and do that. So let's go ahead and head back here and let's hit create a collection, and let's create a collection of jackets. And jackets, let's go ahead and hit manual here. And let's go ahead and browse. Let's select all the jackets we find. So start from the bottom. Here's this one. Here is this one. And I believe one more. There it is. So 3 jackets. And let's go ahead and create another collection. Let's create a collection for bras. Okay, or a bra. And let's hit save. And what we're doing here is we're manually adding. But if we wanted to, have the computer add it for us, then we could just create certain conditions. And you'll see that in our next example. But here we can search for the word bra. And we have 3 versions of bras, and we can add them. Let's create now finally another collection. And out of our bottoms, we have 2 types of bottom. We have leggings, for example. And instead of us manually typing in leggings, let's go ahead and have an automated, the computer add them for us. And instead of a product tag, let's go for a product title. And it must contain the word legging. And let's go ahead and hit save. And so what the system is going to do here is it's going to look for every product that contains the word legging. And we can see here that there are 2 products containing the word legging, and that's why we have 2 products in this category. Okay. Finally, we have one more category, and it will be called shorts, and it will be manual. Let's go for manual. Let's hit save, and let's add our manual product, and let's look for shorts. And here it is. Okay. Now, after we created all these collections, there's only one more collection left. That will be its own parent collection or its own parent category, which is going to be accessories. And let's just go ahead and make sure we spell everything right. Let's manually add that. And let's look for the hat. Or the cap, rather. And there it is. Okay. So we've added it. Now let's go ahead and take a look at some of our collections. So we have bottoms, tops, jackets, bras, leggings, shorts, accessories. So if we look at our store here, and we look at our catalog, which is our main collection, or all of our products, we can see all of the products. But if we decided to, let's say, be more specific and look for a certain type of product, well, then that will kind of change how we view things, all right? So now you learned how to set up certain categories, and you'll see why this matters a lot more later down the road, okay? So let's go ahead and continue. Okay, the next aspect of the course here, we're going to be creating a product grid, or a different way essentially to present our products here. So let's go ahead and head over to the online store and hit customize here. And the first thing we want to do is we want to think of what products do we want to feature in our product grid. Now, one of the one of the themes that I'm using here, which is the Wolf of Shopify theme, it by default sometimes does create a product grid for us, which in this case will be after our gallery. But here, you could see here it says product V2, and this is one of the grids, for example, and we can limit the amount of products shown. And by default, it already selects for us the home page collection. Now, I personally would want to change that. Now, believe it or not, this is a very easy thing to change, and we can think of, okay, what products do we want to sell? Okay, we can sell, or we want to show. We could show our bras, we could show our homepage, we could show our jackets, we could show our leggings, we could show shorts, we could show tops, like all of the tops. And ideally, you would want to select a collection that is lengthy enough, visible enough, where there's enough products, but also features a good collection of products, something that's going to be intriguing and something that customers are going to want to buy. And for us, this is a perfect example. We have a product grid here. Now, the nice thing about this theme is that there are multiple different product collection type grids, okay? And there are different versions of them. So we have here, for an example, if I click here, show more, it will kind of show us kind of how we can view the different product selections. So here we have products 1 through 5, and we could kind of set that up differently. For us, we're just going to stick to product version 1 to make it as easy as possible for us. And we have a fully built-in grid. Now, what if I want to change instead of bestseller to something else? So like maybe shop our tops, something like that. Shop our tops. Okay, great. We just change the text to shop our tops and it's done for us. We can even add margins. I personally don't want to. I think this is enough space here, but overall you could see it's done perfectly. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go over here and just click save. And it saves now the collection grid that we've created. So far we have this collection grid that looks really nice. Products that can work by adding to them to the cart, products that we can actually click on, and all different kinds of features within the product. So a lot of great benefits to that. Okay, let's go ahead and move on to our next lesson. The next thing we're going to be talking about is when somebody adds a product to their cart, kind of like this, for example. How can we edit this area here as our upsell area when somebody adds a product successfully to the cart? This area here is a great place for product recommendations. And it's actually really easy. All we have to do is head over to our theme settings and then head over to our pop-up theme. And we could look at here the different settings that exist, and we can actually successfully choose what kind of catalog we want or collection to show here. And what this section is referred to as the pop-up add to cart success. Okay, we could go over here and change it. It's set to home page currently, and we can change it to, for example, tops, and it will show all the tops now over here in this section, so that in the future, whenever somebody adds a product to the cart, they'll be recommended all the tops now. And something that you could do is you can create a collection that's a mix of different products, and it will actually show that. So we could do this one more time and hit add to cart here, and you can see here now there are different options, even with the swatches and everything like that. So it's a great feature to have here. Now let's talk about how to create a lookbook. So there are two different types of lookbooks that you can create with the theme that I am using. You guys, like I said, can use whatever theme that you like. There are two different kinds. There's lookbook page 1, lookbook page 2. If we go over here to add section, there are a whole bunch of different sections. Let's go ahead and click show more and click show more one more time. And you could see here, lookbook page 1, lookbook page 2. Lookbook page 1 is the type of lookbook where it's a banner image, a large banner image. Lookbook page 2, however, is where there's multiple of these smaller single product type image. And that's the lookbook that we're going to use for our kind of current setup. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to destroy or remove section here for lookbook version 1, and I want lookbook page 2 or version 2. And I'm going to just add 3 slides here. So you can see here these images here represent the slides, and those are going to be the little slides that I'm going to add. So I'm going to select this little box here, and I'm going to add an image. So I actually have these images already selected, and you can see here it's selected. I can select my next one, and let's go ahead and select it as well, and select finally the last one, and I'm going to select it, which is this one. And you can see here there's a nice little setup where it's this smaller square, this larger square to the bottom here, and then we have a smaller square once again. So it's almost like a cool step system here that makes just the store look more professional, more attractive. This is why I tell people having a good Shopify theme that's built well and designed well is very important to the sales of your progress. Now, what a lookbook is you want essentially your website visitors to be able to take their mouse, click on a certain part or a certain button of the image, and it will take them to the product. So I'll kind of show how that works now. Let's just go ahead and save our progress. We can click on a specific image and we can link the actual product. So we can go over here and select product and actually link the product here. for example, this one. You can see here it says 1 here because that represents which product we're linking. And if we want, we can link multiple products in the image. I only want to link one of them. And you can see here, if I click on it, and if I'm actually viewing the store, what will happen is there will be like a little box, and it will take us to the actual product. And you'll see this once I complete it. We'll do this one more time, or 2 more times rather, for these images. So once again, you got to select the product you want to link to the lookbook. So in this case, we're going to be linking the hat, or the cap rather. Select the product and look for the actual cap. So we'll look for it, select it, hit select, and then finally the last one is and something that I like to do, since this is image 1, I like to have number 1 here. Since this is image 2 and I'm only linking one product, I'm going to remove the product number 1, or not edit it, but change here and hit remove, and then go to product number 2 and then select the product. So it will say here number 2 instead of number 1. And then I'll go over here to my third one finally, and I'll go to pin product number 3 and select the third one. Okay, then you can see here how it says number 3. So we have number 1, number 2, number 3. And let's hit save. And now what we're going to do after this saves is we're going to actually see how this looks in real time. So let's go ahead and take a look here at our store, theme settings. Well, let's go back rather and preview our website. And you can see here it's loading. As I scroll down, here's our lookbook finally. And we have 1, 2, and 3. If I click on the actual image, let's click on 1 here. There it is. There's the image of our product. I can select buy now. I can view the details. I can do all that cool stuff here. Same thing, number 2. The cool thing is that once I click on this number 2, number 1's box doesn't disappear, which I just found to be a cool little nifty feature. I'm sure they didn't do that on purpose, but when I see it, I just like the way that's set up. So very, very intriguing to me, and I think it's set up very, very very well. It's a very good job done with that. Okay, so that's how to set up your lookbook. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about how to create blogs for your Shopify store. So you want to go ahead and head over to your backend, select the blog posts, and you're going to actually see an empty section here. And you're going to see a button that says create blog post. And let's go ahead and create our first blog post. We can give it any title we want. In this case, I'll just call mine Yoga Blog Number 1. And what I need to do is I need to add actually an image here. I could just take my image, drag it and drop it. I can, select whatever my author name is, the category, the tags, etc. And what I could just do is type in all the content of my blog post here, and that's it. So I could just type in blog content goes here, and you guys can set up headings and set up text and set up basically everything you want. Make sure you select this here over here, visible, hit save, and there you go. Your blog posts are added to your Shopify store. Now, if we go over here to our Shopify store, hit customize, and actually view the section where our blogs belong, we will hopefully see here. Now, here it says from our blog, read from our blog. It's not selected because we actually have to change the blog. Make sure it's selected, and make sure that our blog is actually public. If it's not public, sometimes you have to wait to refresh for it to essentially be public. Make sure it's visible. We could go ahead and make sure the blog is visible by viewing it, and indeed it is visible. We can head over back to our web page, scroll down, and there it is. There's our blog post. It's there and ready to go. Let's go ahead and do this 2 more times and create 2 more blog posts. So go over here, type in yoga blog number 2, save, and create another blog post and call it yoga blog number 3 and save. And what we're going to do is look for a few images here for our blog post images. So I'll go with this one and hit download. Let's go for the medium sized image, and let's look for another yoga post here. And let's make sure, let's go with this one, hit the medium sized one, and once again hit download. Let's head over back. Let's add these images. Once again hit save, and let's go to our previous blog post and drag that here, or drag this here rather, and also hit save. Now at this point, all of our blog posts should exist on our homepage. Let's go to our online store, select the customize button, and once again, sometimes it takes time just to update. So like for example here, only the first one shows, but as long as our posts are not only public, but they're in the right category. So you can see here they're both hidden. This is a mistake a lot of people do. You want to make them visible. And you can see here I just made this mistake clearly. So make it visible, make it, seen by people, and that will help improve your business. Let's go ahead and hit customize here and select and scroll down, and there we go. These are our blog posts. And you can see the text will go right under it. In this case, we didn't add text, but you get a good idea of how it looks now. So that's how to add blog posts to your Shopify store. So now that we finished creating our navigational menu for both part 1 and part 2, let's go ahead and now create our store footer. So the store footer, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to actually look at our store footer. The first thing we need to do is add a logo. We need to add some links here, and basically we're good. That's if we decide to go with this setup. We can go with other setups as well. For example, we can decide to go with different, kind of links. For example, like, an empty footer with no links and things like that. But either way, you're going to learn how to set that up right now. So if you notice here, similar to the header, we have the same situation in our footer, which is we have footer versions that we get to select for both the homepage and other pages. So if I want to select the different footer options, let's go ahead and head over here to the homepage of our website. And we have here an example. We have search, we have a logo, and we have, almost no links here for our footer. This is what I call a simple footer. In my case, we have different, settings for footer. And in this case, this is footer version 6 of the Wolf of Shopify theme. Okay, we can actually switch this up. We can use header version 1, for example, header version 2, header version 3, which is newsletter, header version 4, header version 5, and header version 6, or we can just go with no footer, absolutely no footer. I'm going to go ahead and use header version 6 or footer version 6 for the homepage, and then we'll do header version 1 for all other pages just so you guys can see how it works. So very simply put, once you pick your headers, you go over here and scroll down and you select your header logo. Let's go ahead and select that. And notice how it changes here. Let's go ahead and hit save for it to actually change. Okay, now that it's loaded, you can see here we have our logo, we have our copyright text, basically have everything we need. Okay, now let's go ahead and head over to our actual other page. So let's say tops, for example. And let's scroll down. We have options for links here. We have options for logos, all that kind of cool stuff. So the first thing we need to do is once again select footer. And notice here, scroll over here, select the logo by scrolling up here, select the logo, and save. Once again, it's the same exact process. And so you can see here, after it's loaded, now we have our logo, and we have some empty places for links, which we're going to add in now. So let's go back here, and let's go into our navigation, and let's edit now our footer menu, okay? And what we're going to do with our footer menu is we're going to think of, okay, what are some basic links that we want to add to our footer menu? Well, one of the links could be all our products, right? So we can go over here to link, we can select collections, and we select all collections. So let's add all our collections. And then what about our products? We might want to add all of our products. So all products could be one, right? So this is great for a basic footer menu. So if we go over here and go to our online store and hit customize once again, and we could take a look at how it looks. Let's go back to any other page other than the home page, select the footer to edit, okay? Essentially, we don't have anything added here. That's why we need to go to theme settings, and we have to select which menu we want. Now notice here we have this help information tab where it says it here, and then we have select menu. So I'm going to select the menu, and I have two menus created. I have a footer menu, and I'm going to call it footer menu. I'm going to select the footer menu. And once again, once it finishes loading, which is this green bar on top, it will show the different links. So notice we have search, all collections, all products. I'll go ahead and hit save there. Now we have a few other options. We have about us and categories. Now I don't want those two to say about us and categories. I'm going to change about us to other links. So instead of about us, I'm going to title it other links. And instead of categories, I'm going to type in legal, right? So like for policies and things like that. And so let's go ahead and save that as well. So now that it's saved, I'm not even going to have to wait for it to, to see the changes and things like that. I will just go over here to exit, and I'll select exit, and I'm actually going to add those navigational links now. So here I go to navigation, and I'm actually going to create a new menu. The first one I'm going to call it is legal, okay, and I'm going to hit save. And the second navigational menu I'm going to create is whatever we called the second one, which let's just go ahead and check because I do not remember here. So give it a second to load. Let's delete all of our other links. Okay. Let's go ahead and scroll down. Or let's select tops rather. Let's scroll down and we have our other links. So that's what we're going to call it. Hit add menu. Select other links. Let's hit save. Okay. And for our other links, we're going to go over here to our pages and we're going to actually create those specific pages. So we have that contact us page. Let's go over here. Let's create an about us page. Let's create another few pages. So create another page. And we have our frequently asked questions page. Let's create another page. Let's call it our lookbook page. Okay. So we have all those kind of links. So let's head over to navigation. Let's select the other links section. Let's add those kind of pages. So let's go over here, select pages, contact. Let's add our second one, which is our pages once again. Select a lookbook, another page, and that's FAQ. And finally, one more, which should be our About Us page. Okay, and let's just kind of organize them here. Instead of contact, I wanted to say contact us, and that's about it. Let's go ahead and save that. And next time we refresh this, we'll go ahead and see those here once we add them. The next part we have here is the legal menu. So let's go over here and type in policies. And you'll see this section here that says legal. I'll just click on it. And what I could do is I can create from my template these different, pre-created legal documents. And it will automatically create these policy pages for me. Okay? So now that I have these policy pages created for me, I can actually add these page links. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to head over here back to our exit here, or our page rather, and we can actually add those specific links. Let's go over here to our legal and select legal, and we can add those specific page links. So for policies, we have our privacy policy. I'll add that. Let's go to here and select our terms of service, and finally our last policy, which we will select our refund policy. And let's add that. So we have all our policies added, and let's go ahead and hit save menu. And now, finally, we're going to customize our online store, which shouldn't take too long because we're going to select what links or what menus we want in each category. So let's go ahead and select tops here, and let's go back to footer. And for footer, we're going to hit theme settings and scroll down. And now for menu number 2, which is our other links, let's go ahead and select other links. And for menu number 3, we want our legal, so let's go ahead and select legal. And it's literally that simple. Once we save our progress, every link here will now change. So watch the green bar on top, let it load, and let it do its thing essentially and update for us. And you could see here now it's fully updated. Other links has contact us, lookbook, about us, IQ. Legal has the policies, and help and information shows search, all catalog, all collections, all products, and of course they all work. If I select, for example, on this all collections button, where does it take us? It takes us to all of our collections. If I go down and select for our frequently asked questions page, where does it take us? To our frequently asked questions page. So you can see here it all works very, very well. We basically created the framework and the fundamentals and the structure to every Shopify store. Now it's time for the fun part. Okay, so let's go ahead and do a review of everything that we completed within the Shopify theme to make it look as professional and as attractive as possible. So the first thing we have here is a hero banner, and the hero banner is transparent, and we actually changed the logo on the home page so that it is also transparent. And you can see here the contents of the header bar here on top is also transparent. So are the icons here. We have our add to cart page, which is a slider, which is what features a one-click checkout, which is always great for conversions. And here it could take us to the view cart page. Whenever we add a product to the cart, so for example, let's say we're to add this product to the cart, we get upsells, which is always a great feature to help boost that average order value for a product. The next thing after that is we have this large split banner here, which shows the different categories of products. And as we're looking at the website, we have these sales motivator pop-ups, which, as we spoke about, those help boost the amount of sales you're getting on your Shopify store by incentivization and the other cognitive biases that we mentioned. But this split banner will show the different categories. So, for example, our two main categories are women's tops and women's bottoms, and they're attached to Shop Now link buttons. We have a product grid, of course, and we're using product V2 for our product grid style. You can use any kind of style you want. You could use product versions, I believe, 1 through 5. There are different versions. Next thing we have is our blog, and the blogs are professional, designed blogs. We have our recent posts to the right here. We have a newsletter sign up. We have other posts here that can be read, and overall, very, very clean look to it. Under our blog section, we have, of course, our lookbook, and the lookbook is attached to products. When consumers click on the lookbook, right, there are different products that they can select, and they'll be taken to the product page. Under the lookbook, we have our photo gallery, of course, that is not only viewable, but it's clickable. So people can click on it. It's interactive. It's zoom friendly, and you can move the images up and down, and you could even select the play through a slideshow feature, which is a great feature to have just to create more interaction and engagement with your web visitor. Okay. The next thing after that is we worked on our product collection pages. So notice how we have top, bottoms, accessories, etc. And we have navigational menu that we've added here. So if we click on our tops, we can view all of our tops. Now, currently we're viewing it in the grid format, and we have a filter on the left. We've shown how to configure filters. For example, if I was to select this blue button, I will show a product that I've added the blue tag to. Okay, so any of these filters you want to add, you add the tag to, and it will show up to the products individually. And we showed how that works. Okay, here we have a breadcrumb banner, and this breadcrumb banner features some links underneath it to decipher to the consumer which links they're going to be able to click on to access the collection they want. So if they want to access, for example, sports bras, they can click on that link and they'll be taken to the bras link, right? If they want to access the tops, they can be, taken to the tops page. So all of that is added here. We have filters, right? On the left and on the top, featured, and of course everything is designed in a mobile friendly manner. Okay, everything can be done from a mobile friendly pursuit. Now this little pop-up here on mobile is going to pop up all the way at the bottom, but you could see here how it works. Generally looks very, very appealing. The next thing we added were pages to our footer. We have a lookbook, we have about us, FAQ page, etc., and all of that can be configured through the backend Shopify editor, as you can see. So here we have the frequently asked questions and all that. And of course, if you don't like the white background here, you can always add a breadcrumb banner to the back of it, as you wish. Okay. After that, we worked on the actual product pages. So if I go over here and select a product page, let's go ahead and select the first product here as an example. Here's the product. We have a setup where we have a large image here, followed by smaller images on the bottom, followed by information on the product, special offer box, which is great if you're going to be offering, well, a special offer, a discount, anything like that to help motivate more sales. And of course, we have this little pop-up on the bottom that as we scroll down, which is referred to as a sticky add to cart. We also have some related products here in the section, so it will pick up whatever products are in this specific collection. They'll show up, which is also a great feature to have, and it also comes with quick view features. So great feature to have. And overall, this is the theme, what you're looking at. It's a great theme, and it's done great for us because our store looks very professional, and it will exceed from a sales standpoint. All right, so thank you guys for watching the course, and hopefully you enjoyed it.